when Barack Obama told Joe Biden that he didn't think he should run or suggested you should take care of yourself, part of what I think what Obama was seeing in Biden was the non-functioning Joe Biden. Now, the question is, when did the non-functioning Biden emerge so often? It was a real question as to whether he should serve as president.
So, the thing is, most of us get how awful the Democrats are, and that's why we're seeing the split that we're seeing in the country. That's why it's just fairly obvious if you live in a place like New York or Chicago or Portland or Seattle or any of those places, like when you walk around, you see all the homeless and you smell all the weed and you know that, when I was in Austin 2 weeks ago, don't walk down that street when you're trying to get over to Terry Black's barbecue because it's a zombie apocalypse of fentanyl addicts, et cetera, versus when you go to red cities and they're by and large safe and there's law and order and that allows businesses to come and that allows human flourishing and, pursuing your dreams and building a home and a family and a community and all of those things. So most of us see that, but the thing is there is a media layer that confuses you about all of these things, right? Maybe not you, but that confuses an awful lot of people about these things. One of the biggest lies that they have run with, and there are so many, we don't have to do the list right now, of course, is what happened for the previous 4 years with this ridiculous situation where every day we knew that Joe Biden was obviously not really in charge, that he obviously had cognitive problems. Now we have found out he had other health problems, which if you didn't see our episode on Friday with Dr. Drew actually talked about how there could be a connection between the cancer diagnosis and what was going on with Biden cognitively. So there's just so many things there to talk about. Like there's such a stew of craziness. And again, the rats will come off the ship at some point. They can't. There's just too many people involved in the cover-up for this thing to hold forever. It'll, many, many people will skate by and no one will pay the price. But we will find out more one way or another. Anyway, Jake Tapper, of course, has this ridiculous book out. He was part of the cover-up, then writes a book about the cover-up, probably got $1 million advance to do it. It's a pretty sweet gig if you can get it. So he's doing the media tour, and poor Jake, I have never seen someone do a book tour where they are just getting crushed. Every interview this guy does, basically everyone calls him a fraud and a phony and everything else. He has aged about 30 years during this book tour. It's only been for about 2 weeks, and the guy looks like he went from, I don't know, how old is he? How old is Jake Tapper? Maybe he's probably in his late 50s. He looks like he's in his early 70s now. And here he is, how old is he? 56. He's 56, and yeah, he looks like he's about 70 now. And here he is explaining that there were 2 Joe Bidens, one that worked and one that didn't, as if we did not know this. Thank you for writing a book about the thing that we all knew, Jake.
I want you to watch something, because this goes to the question of cover-up. Watch this clip from Joe Biden speaking in 2016 at the convention.
We have the most productive workers in the world. And given a fair shot, given a fair chance, Americans have never, ever, ever, ever let their country down. Never. Never.
That's 2016?
16, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing.
That's like watching a different person.
Well, how do you, that's why, maybe this is a semantic debate, but how do you, it was all there. It's all right in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
That is a vital man with a full voice, energy, coherence.
Although I will say, our reporting suggests that his diminishment began a year before that his diminishment began in 2015 with the death of Beau. Because what seemed to happen, Jeffrey, is there were 2 Joe Bidens. There was the fine Joe Biden that we just saw in that clip right there, and then there was the non-functioning Biden that we saw during the debate. And the non-functioning Biden would rear his head increasingly and more and more disturbingly as time went on. So when Barack Obama told Joe Biden that he didn't think he should run or suggested you should take care of yourself, part of what I think what Obama was seeing in Biden was the non-functioning Joe Biden. Now, the question is, when did the non-functioning Biden emerge so often? It was a real question as to whether he should serve as president. And I think that is probably not till 2023 and 2024.
Right. And I would just add that, yes, a lot of this was out there, but what was happening in front of the scenes was much worse behind the scenes. They were propping up the best version of him through those times. And if I believe that if the media had done a better job, then the debate would not have been so shocking to so many people.
No Sherlock. That's Alex Thompson. He's the co-author. He's been on the book tour with Jake, and he doesn't really chime in with much. He probably wrote most of the book. Jake probably didn't write it. But he checks in every now and again, and it's like, oh, thank you. You mean it was worse than they were letting us know? It would have been interesting if you guys would have covered that, perhaps. Like, oh, maybe there is something here. But now I want to show you, and this is really the key to the whole show. How is it that the Democrats get away with things? How is it that the machine always recalibrates in front of our eyes? Well, what they do is when they get caught, what do? It's a shell game, right? You're like, oh, wait a minute. The little marble is under that coconut, and they quickly move it, and then you don't know where it is.
Let's face it, the American healthcare system is a mess. Big pharma is overpriced, and insurance companies just keep driving up costs. That's why I'm always looking for natural ways to take care of my health, and one of the most overlooked is blood flow. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, heart, and muscles. That's why I use BloodFlow 7 from Juvenon. It naturally boosts nitric oxide by 230% and opens arteries up to 62%, improving blood flow, stamina, focus, and heart health. It's doctor formulated and made with premium natural ingredients. Go to bloodflow7.com/Rubin or click the link in the description to learn more.